says recording.
So I have this friend named Cameron who has extremely dry, sensitive skin. And every product that he tries and tells me about either leaves his skin feeling irritated or worse off than before. Like so many others, he's actively searching for customizable hygiene that's free from bad ingredients, like microplastics, synthetic fragrances, and harsh preservatives. Being exhausted of guessing which formulas are actually effective for his skin and body. And are we all yearning and searching for hygiene that's actually compatible and safe? Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Xavier Spearman. I'm CMO of Rutine.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jack Perez, and I'm the COO of Rutine.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is B. Pugh, and I'm the CEO.
Good afternoon. My name is Kara Rodriguez, and I am the CFO.
Hi there. My name is Myson Butler, and I am the CTO of Rutine.
Today, everyone is bombarded with harsh chemicals and microplastics within their everyday skincare products. They are met with ingredients that irritate their skin, that worsen their dryness, and damage their skin barrier. People with allergies and skin conditions are met with one-size-fits-all formulas that don't actually take their nutrient needs into account. And people with allergies are also left with ingredients that irritate their skin. And people with eco-friendly values care a lot about their ingredients being helpful for the environment, and these ingredients still damage the environment. And these people are met with products that they have to sacrifice their values for results.
And that's where we come in. At Rutine, our solution is an all-natural, eco-friendly, and fully customizable hygiene line, starting off with lotions and later expanding into soaps, shampoos, and conditioners. Every product is tailored to each user's specific skin needs and wants, using gentle, clean, and eco-friendly ingredients and packaging. Rutine offers a unique level of customization that traditional brands simply cannot match. The prototype we're providing today is based on the needs of someone with extremely dry skin. We've also found that the scent of lavender is the most popular for feeling smooth, clean, and moisturized.
What we offer at Rutine goes beyond what is found in today's current skincare market. We offer clarity, control, and care. Customers will be able to design lotion based on their individual skincare needs, and they'll pick from 5 main categories: bases, emulsifiers, scents, vitamins, and moisturizers. And because each jar is designed for their individual skincare needs, we provide a level of uniqueness that cannot be bought or found on any store shelf on the market. Our customer segment is Gen Z and millennials of any race who are eco-conscious, have sensitive skin, and/or allergies.
So there are many different companies that present skincare in the market. Brands like EOS have many different skin lines with different skin types for each person, and people will select from these lines, but they don't actually have personalized formulas for the people, and you don't actually have control of what goes into your lotion. Brands like Pros offer different quizzes and different things that give you a personalized formula, but it's not made by you, it's made for you. And that's where we give you personalized formulas that you have control of what goes in your lotion, and you can actually meet your own needs, and not rely on someone else to meet your needs for you.
Now, our cost of goods sold consists of all of these things you see here: bases, emulsifiers, scents, vitamins, moisturizers, our labor, labels, and containers, leading to a price of $13.94. Because we offer full customization, our prices will range from between $25 to $30, selling at a unit amount of 500 milliliters, equivalent to a pint. Now, for our total adjustable market, we are targeting people in the USA who suffer from skin allergies, are eco-conscious, and are from Gen Z to millennials. With approximately 73 million units sold, we will be able to gather a revenue of approximately $1 billion. Now, for our serviceable adjustable market, we are targeting the same people, but here in California. With around 8 million units sold, we will be able to gather a revenue of $200 million. Now, for our serviceable adjustable market, with a market share percentage of 4%, we will be able to gather a revenue of $8 billion.
We will distribute our products through 3 primary methods. First, we will have made-to-order products sold through farmers markets. We will have our custom orders sold through our online storefront, and in the later future, a physical retail store. For our ad flow, the first 9 seconds consist of our hook and empathizer. The next 3 introduce routine and who we are. The next following 12 introduce the highlight of personalization in our products. And our last 6 close with our call to action.
Are you feeling irritated by harsh chemicals? Overwhelmed by one-size-fits-all products? Or just tired of routines that don't feel like you until now? Take back control, either by choosing our soothing Madagascar vanilla, our pure unscented eco base, calming lavender breeze, or natural lemon formulas. Routine, making your personal hygiene personal.
From our ad, you will be directed to our landing page, where a visual of our product along with ingredients from which it's made from. Beside that, it's our call to action, where you'll be directed to a separate page where you'll be asked for your email for exclusive updates and newsletters. Then you will scroll further to see our vision, mission, and value, setting the standard of our business to our audience, as well with another call to action.
We'll pay for our ad to be up for approximately 2 weeks. On day 1, we'll launch through our business Instagram page. On days 2 to 6, we'll share our ad through our own personal Instagram accounts. On days 7 to 13, we'll continue to collaborate with local small businesses to cross-promote Routine and gain new audiences. And on day 14, we'll analyze our data using Google Analytics.
The data we collect from our advertisements will solidify our interest in our solution, as well as prove our product and our market.
To find that we're having success, we want to make sure that we are meeting a 4% customer conversion rate to find people who are actually wanting to click on our ad and then going and getting and signing up for our newsletter and wanting our products. And we want to make sure we have positive customer feedback in terms of likes and comments on videos. People are actually really interested in the product, and people seem very interested in the product. To measure success, we make sure we have a 30% repeat purchase rate, so customers are coming back, they're satisfied with what they're getting, and they really want to get their product again. To meet our revenue goals for year 1, we want to have 350,000 sales approximately, and we want to make sure we have a 10,000 followers, so we have a customer base that is very interested in coming back and getting news from us, and continue to follow us on our socials.
For our Get Keep Grow, we'll get our customers through samples in small businesses, consistent social media posts, and made to order farmers market booths. To keep our customers, we will provide seasonal discounts and scents, a routine refill subscription option, and monthly informative newsletters. To grow our customer base, we will partner with small businesses, expand our products, and have a referral reward system for customers who share Routine will get a small discount.
Now with Routine, people like Cameron can choose products made for them, not just for everyone. So join us at Routine, where we make your personal care personal. Thank you.
To the very first slide. Okay, so it says custom hygiene. I still don't see, I'm not figuring out how it's customized to me. Because when I saw the product, it just seemed like it was the same thing. And then, can you go to the next slide? Next one. Then you said the problem is harsh chemicals, microplastics, and generic formulas. I don't understand the problem.
So the problem is people around the world with sensitive skin and allergies. All the lotions on the market and other hygiene products are packed full of harsh chemicals with names that you can't even pronounce, which cause skin irritation, skin reddening, and make dry skin even worse. So we're trying to cut down on that on people having that problem and give them a solution for it.
That's what I would have liked to see, because all I saw was harsh chemicals, microplastics, and general formulations. So when somebody buys a product, it's kind of the compelling event. You know, why should they buy your product? They want some solution of some sort. And I mean, to be honest, there's a lot of skin products out there, a lot. And I'm trying to find the uniqueness, you know, the compelling event, you know, why should, you know, I use this versus some other product, whatever. I just think there just needs to be more emphasis on the problem, or, you know, or what makes you different. Because, you know, in your market, you're gonna have to scream very, very, very loud. I mean, very loud. You know, I created a protein, you know, product, but I did a coffee protein, which was, you know, definitely unique, so I didn't have to scream as loud. But then when the competitors came in, then I had to scream a little louder. So I was having a problem trying to figure out exactly what problem you were solving for me. And harsh chemicals, microplastics, and general formulations didn't do that for me. It doesn't make me want to pick it up or even sample it or try it, because it's not really. So if it's talking about, you know, people with acne or dry, you know, I think there just needs to be more of bringing the problem out to people and say, so that people can recognize, oh yeah, that's the problem I have, and you have a solution to that. So I just didn't get that. I just wasn't understanding it, of, you know, how your product was, and I kept looking and seeing, you know, it's customized and this and for you and so forth. And then I just looked at the labels and it says, okay, shea butter does, you know, lavender. It didn't even say custom on it. It didn't. So I was just having a little hard time finding the uniqueness of why your product would be different than any other, you know, skincare product that you'd find in some of those stores. So that to me, I mean, there's other things, you know, I could go into the financials and so forth, but that was just the main kind of, you know, macro thing that came to me, is I just didn't get it. I just didn't get how you were different. I didn't get how you were solving a problem. I didn't know what the problem was, and so forth. So that I just needed more clarity about that to just really understand, you know, how this product was going to be so unique and custom.
Yes.
I will say this, so he's got a point. That wasn't in your presentation per se, but you did speak to it. You talked about what makes you unique is I can customize my blend of lotion. You told me I could put whatever I want in my product, so I think you were very clear on presenting how you're different. You showed your competitors and how their product is, you just get what they offer. But you allowed me to customize my blend and make it work for me. So you were very clear on what makes you different, your UVB, but I don't think that was presented in your slides other than your competitors. You did show it in your competitor's slide. Because for me, I want to follow up what you were saying. I made a note on how do you solve the problem of microplastics? And I assume, and let me know, it's because you sell in a glass container. I didn't know how you help with microplastics, unless microplastics are in current lotions and stuff like that.
Yes.
How do you solve that problem?
So we have a variety of ways.
Well, I
with
mean, just the
our-
microplastics. How do you?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
So our products will be packaged in biodegradable and compostable packaging. So limiting like chemical leaching, which in the current market is a lot of bad ingredients and harmful side effects to chemical leaching, which we try to avoid.
So I think you all well dressed, love the logo, love the name, love the brand, love the packaging, love a lot of stuff. So I just want to throw that out there real quick.
Thank you.
As far as your ad, I feel like it would be a little bit more impactful if there was humans in it. Like if the problem was like you show how people struggle with their skin, and then it would have been a beautiful transition between like how happy they are once they try your product. Although I love the fact that all the things were branded that were in there. I'm not saying get rid of it, I would just say incorporating more like human interaction with the product. There is a huge difference between skincare and body care, and when you're marketing, you have to be kind of specific about what that was, because honestly, for a long time, and honestly, up until now, and it's crazy because I've been working with you guys, but for some reason, I thought this was more so skincare related, like to your face. Once I started seeing the size of the lotions, I'm like, oh, this is like for your entire body kind of thing. So that's important, that you kind of make, you know, that will distinguish what you guys are going to focus on more, skincare to your face or body care. There's a good example, I used to use these products from Monet, where they would actually have you take this test to see if your skin was more on the dry side or sensitive, and it wasn't. It was just like, there was like 2 or 3 kind of options depending on what type of skin you have. You're either oily, dry, or combination. So I feel like that would almost be beneficial to kind of do some research on what their kind of business model, because I feel like that would kind of take away of all the hard work. I don't know, making every single thing customizable. I don't know how difficult that would be logistic-wise. But yeah, having people take tests and see like what's the top 3 issues that people are suffering with when it comes to the skin stuff. Other than that, you guys projected really well. I love like when there was a little bit of hiccups, you guys like pivoted and got back on track really well.
Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Good job. I liked definitely you guys all look really good and very professional. On the technical side, your guys' vocabulary that you guys used to this presentation was on the high side. So kudos to every one of you. I forgot your name.
Jack.
Jack, especially you. Like you had one of the very, I was trying to follow you and I couldn't even follow some of the words. So you did fantastic, okay? And a key part, and not that all of you need to really embrace this so much, is that no one knows what you prepared for, so no one knows what you forgot. So just keep talking. No one knows no one, I didn't hear 90% of what you said. I was just listening to make sure you guys were staying on track, right? And so just keep that in mind while you're up there. I timed you, I tried to stop it on, I think I'm pretty close at 8:20, so 8 minutes, 20 seconds. So there is some more room there for you guys to dive more into this. I like the idea. I was stuck around why you're custom, and what showed up for me was the Aura ring. So you guys familiar with that ring? So the Aura ring, it's a ring I put on my finger, and I have to get sized for the ring. So they'll actually send me a size, and I have to try it on, and then I order the correct ring size. I love my Aura ring. Absolutely loved it. I no longer wear it. That's another story. However, well, it was because I couldn't wear my wedding ring. I could only wear one ring. So I had to make a decision. And I was like, my wife's more important to me than the Aura ring. And so I'm going to go ahead and stop wearing the Aura ring. And that's worked well for me. So, however, they built their platform on somebody testing a product, them then sitting that product out and getting an answer. Right, so you could send a product to someone to test it based on skin fermentation. There's all types of variances of that. They're smart enough to be able to go onto your website, because you're smart enough to make your website user-friendly, be able to put on what their experience was. That then would create what the product is. It doesn't have to be, not everyone's going to want a Highlander, but everyone wants 5 seats, right? So the Highlander will probably work for the ones that want 5 seats. You don't need to also offer the Ford Explorer. Does that make sense? So you can fit a generality of what that is. And I'm also not the smartest person in the world, generally, but I'm very, very resourceful. Very resourceful. It's helped me from when I was homeless to like where I'm at now. 100% resourceful. Why in the world would somebody put into a product to sell a word or an ingredient that I can't pronounce? I would be so freaking curious about that. Like, do the research and put those words on that screen versus your words. I may not, and I shouldn't be able to pronounce some of them, but you might learn some of the words that you can't pronounce could be massive home runs for you. And because you're scared of the word, or not, because I don't know what you did with that information, there could be something there though, so I wrote that on there. And you might learn from someone else's mistake. Oh, if they did this and this, that would create that. And they may not be seeing that, but because you're smart and you're slowing down and you're studying this product, you will see why other companies chose to put that product in there. Because it costs them time, resources, and space. And when you're making product, land, just so you know, the world's not going to get bigger or smaller, right? So land is very, very expensive. So if I'm producing something that's taking up a square footage, that means it has to have a cost value to me. It's not going to happen by mistake. It's just not. I love the idea of what you guys have, and you guys have a beautiful story. I think if you guys had your why and you had that a part of this, I think that would really draw it in, especially some before and after of you guys. Or probably you guys, to be honest, because you're all across the board, and it would be a great example of like who I am. When I see you, I see myself. I think that would be one of the greatest things about our community is that Fresno offers, if I see you, I see myself. Like Fresno is absolutely beautiful. I travel all the world, and every cuisine, I can put it up against Fresno's cuisine, and it's very competitive other than the landscape. And we're very blessed in that. But overall, you guys, great job, and I look forward to seeing what you guys do with it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
With your guys' ad, it's just a little slow, right? You're trying to avoid that 5-second skip right at the beginning. The narrator that you guys have is just talking just a slightly too slow. So if I saw it on my screen, I would want to swipe away to not see it, right? Not that it's bad, it's just slow. You gotta think of the younger generation with their short form content. So just speed that up and it would be a lot better. And then because you guys are very custom, I would like to see what the ordering process looks like as a prototype. Show how custom it can be, basically.
Yeah, so to kind of dovetail off of that, I think Greg made some excellent points. My thing is I try to simulate in my mind what it would be like to actually run this business. Customization like that at scale would be really hard, if not impossible. But it wasn't entirely clear to me what the product was going to be customized. Because in the ad, we show 1 to 2 standard SKUs, standard scents, but we're also pitching this idea that no, this is a customized product. So again, it was unclear to me if it is customized, where in that cycle, how is it going to be customized? Can we actually do that? Can we make 1 million units and each one of those 1 million units has to be slightly different because we're trying to accommodate all the different biologies of all the different customers? Or is there some standardization in that product where this is slightly different, but they're basically the same? I couldn't wrap my head around that. So I think everybody's touched on this before, and that is, if it's going to be custom, walk me through that story, show me how we're actually going to do that. But there may be a way to sort of split the difference where it's not entirely customized, but we are going after this segment where we're removing the harsh chemicals, the microplastics. It's not a generic formula. We are differentiating ourselves against other products, but it's not in the realm of customization. Because I think that would be really difficult to do at scale. And there's probably a reason why L'Oreal, some of the other large beauty brands haven't done that yet, because it's exceptionally complicated and therefore it becomes exceptionally expensive. But great presentation. I like the branding, I like the uniforms. It was a good, clear communication, just a little bit muddled in terms of what the product actually is.
Thank you.
Yeah, just really quick with that, it reminded me of the thing with Monet and how they made their things customizable, even if it's just 1 or 2 ingredients that differentiate which ones for which skin type. Like if their skin was dry, they would add more, let's say something more nourishing like coconut oil into it to make it more hydrating. If their skin was super oily, they would add a little bit more of like tea tree oil to kind of like dry out like the oiliness. So yeah, it doesn't have to be completely customizable, but it could be like there's the different kind of just for different skin types.
And the good news is everyone has skin, and so everyone at some point a lotion's going to make sense. A lot of times businesses will get in because volume fixes all problems. So if I'm going to sell so much product, the more I sell, the bigger the volume, the more I'm going to make, right? So a lot of these larger companies that you've been hearing people talk about they could be stuck in that cog where they have to show growth for their investors, and so volume's the game, and they're not going to get to a niche market, right? And you're going for a niche. Don't be scared to just get into a niche. I know a guy who I don't know if he would talk to you guys. I could try. He was a lender and he worked for automobiles, so people would call him just for automobiles. And he's like, it wasn't going anywhere. He was having a hard time. How do you get to the person? It costs so much money to get to someone because banks are in that space, right? He ended up niching it down to 18-wheelers and doing just 18-wheelers. And now he's niching down to just electric 18-wheelers. So 18-wheelers that are just all electric. And that's where he funds his to. So don't be scared to get into a niche and find that market. That might be your happy place if you guys are going to actually move forward with this. You don't have to capture the masses to get millions. You just don't.
You guys are going to get billions, right?
Well, I saw billions of them. So really quickly, do you have a customer slide? And then let me go to the pricing real quick, and then I think we'll kind of wrap here. So you have a customer story, I thought, I couldn't remember. Okay, customer segment, all right, and then your pricing again, because it was like $30 for a pint?
Yes. Believe it or not, it is very competitive pricing.
Okay.
Like most brands like Function of Beauty,
Yeah.
it's like $60 for
this
us.
much lotion?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, okay, $60, okay.
I take my skincare very seriously,
Yeah.
so I would pay that.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no comment. I just wanted us to look at it, everybody. I just wanted us to look at it. So I don't know.
All right, Rutine. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.